Ladies and gentlemen, life doesn't come with a guidebook, especially when it throws you challenges that shake you to your core. Imagine being a father, a protector, a provider, a rock for your family. Now imagine feeling like you failed in the role that defines you. That pain, that void is something many men carry in silence. A father's love is deep, often unspoken, but it's always there. We build dreams for our children before they even take their first breath. We want to shield them from every storm, but sometimes, no matter how strong we think we are, life proves stronger. A father can feel broken when his efforts don't lead to the outcomes he's dreamed of, when his child struggles, when he's unable to provide, or when distance, emotional or physical, grows between him and the ones he loves most. A father's pain is a complex and deeply personal experience, often hidden beneath layers of responsibility, pride, and societal expectations. While the world celebrates mothers for their nurturing roles, the sacrifices and struggles of fathers frequently go unnoticed, not because they are less significant, but because they are often veiled in silence. Fathers are conditioned, consciously or unconsciously, to believe that expressing vulnerability diminishes their strength. They are expected to be stoic providers, the unshakable pillars of their families. Yet beneath this surface lies a heart that feels, a soul that aches, and a mind that wrestles with doubt and inadequacy. The silence stems from a lifetime of messages spoken and unspoken that equate masculinity with emotional restraint. From a young age, boys are told to toughen up or act like a man, instilling in them the belief that vulnerability is a weakness to be avoided. As they grow into fathers, this belief becomes a part of their identity, shaping how they approach their roles within the family. They suppress their emotions, not because they lack them, but because they fear that exposing their inner turmoil might somehow let their families down. They carry the weight of unspoken worries. Will I be enough? Can I provide everything my children need? Am I doing this right? These struggles intensify during moments of hardship. A father might lose a job, experience financial instability, or face challenges in his relationship with his spouse or children. Each setback chips away at his sense of purpose, creating a feeling of inadequacy that can be difficult to confront. Yet, instead of voicing these fears, many fathers choose to shoulder the burden alone, believing it is their duty to protect their families from worry. This silent sacrifice often goes unnoticed because it is wrapped in the guise of strength. The emotional toll of this silence can be profound. Bottling up feelings of failure, fear, and sadness leads to a sense of isolation. A father might sit in a room filled with his family, surrounded by laughter and love, and yet feel utterly alone. This isolation isn't due to a lack of connection, but rather the self-imposed barrier created by his belief that he must always appear strong. He becomes a silent observer of his family's lives, yearning to share his struggles but unsure how to begin. Despite these internal battles, fathers rarely seek help. Societal norms have taught them that asking for support is an admission of failure. They may fear being judged or misunderstood, so they continue to endure in silence, pushing forward with a heavy heart. This silent endurance, while noble in intention, can have long-term consequences. The unresolved emotions can manifest as stress, anxiety, or even physical health problems. It can also create a gap in relationships, as the family may sense something is wrong but remain unsure how to help. The irony is that this silence, meant to shield their families, often prevents true connection. Vulnerability, though difficult, is what fosters understanding and deepens relationships. A father's willingness to share his struggles doesn't make him less of a protector. It humanizes him and allows his family to support him in return. Children who see their father express emotions learn that strength isn't about hiding pain, but about facing it with courage. Yet breaking this cycle of silence is not easy. It requires a shift in mindset, a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained beliefs about masculinity and strength. It starts with small steps, acknowledging feelings, seeking moments of openness, and recognizing that it's okay to lean on others. A father's struggles do not diminish his worth. They are a testament to his commitment to his family. The silent struggles of a father are not a sign of weakness, but of love, a love so profound that it prioritizes the well-being of others over his own comfort. However, true strength lies in recognizing that this love can be even more powerful when it is shared, when silence gives way to one end, and when vulnerability becomes the bridge to deeper connection. A father's love is often described as quiet, steadfast, and unwavering, yet it is rarely celebrated in the same way as other forms of affection. Unlike the overt expressions of love that mothers might offer, a father's love tends to manifest in actions rather than words. It is in the small sacrifices, the unnoticed efforts, and the silent gestures of care that his love becomes evident. For many fathers, saying "I love you" may feel unnatural, not because the emotion isn't there, but because they've been taught to express love through deeds rather than declarations. This unspoken love begins long before a child takes their first steps or speaks their first words. It's in the late-night thoughts of providing for the family, the careful planning of a future that includes opportunities and security, and the quiet pride in every milestone their child achieves. A father's love often takes the form of responsibility, working long hours, enduring challenges, and sometimes sacrificing personal dreams to ensure that his children have what they need to thrive. He might not always be vocal, but his love is there in the way he teaches through actions rather than lectures. It's in the hours spent fixing broken toys, guiding with a steady hand, or showing up to support his child in ways that may seem ordinary but are profoundly significant. A father might not always know how to communicate his feelings directly, but his care is woven into the fabric of everyday life. This unspoken love can sometimes be misunderstood, especially by children who might yearn for more visible or verbal expressions of affection. A child might not recognize that the father who works tirelessly or who disciplines them out of concern is doing so out of love. They might not see that behind his stern exterior is a heart filled with pride and a deep desire to protect and nurture. As children grow older, they may come to understand that their father's love has always been present, even if it wasn't always articulated. The wisdom in his guidance, the sacrifices he made without complaint, and the unwavering support in the background all reveal the depth of his affection. While a father's love may not always come with warm hugs or flowery words, it is consistent, enduring, and profoundly impactful. A father's love is also an anchor during turbulent times. When the world feels uncertain, his steady presence provides a sense of safety and reassurance. Even in his silence, his love speaks volumes through the stability he offers. Unspoken love doesn't diminish its value, rather, it amplifies its depth. It is a reminder that love doesn't always need to be spoken aloud to be deeply felt. It exists in the quiet moments, the unnoticed sacrifices, and the enduring presence that defines the bond between a father and his child. The pain of disconnection is a unique and profound ache, especially for a father. For someone who once held their child's tiny hand, shared laughter over the simplest things, and dreamed of being their guiding force, feeling that emotional or physical distance can be devastating. This disconnection can stem from various circumstances, busy schedules, misunderstandings, growing differences, or even life's inevitable changes as children grow older and become more independent. Regardless of the cause, the result is the same, a void that is both silent and consuming. For many fathers, this pain often goes unspoken. Society rarely creates space for men to talk about feelings of isolation or the longing for deeper connections with their children. Instead, they internalize their struggles, convinced that expressing such emotions may be perceived as weakness or failure. Yet the yearning remains, a deep desire to bridge the gap, to be part of their child's world, and to feel their presence in a way that reassures them of their role as a father. This sense of disconnection often leads to self-reflection, where a father may question his past actions and decisions. Did he spend enough time with his child? Did he show enough love and encouragement? Did he unintentionally create walls that now feel impossible to break down? These questions can linger, creating a spiral of guilt and regret. But what makes the pain even more acute is the knowledge that love still exists, even if the connection feels frayed or distant. Disconnection doesn't always mean a lack of interaction. Sometimes it's a feeling that arises even in the presence of one another. Conversations may become shallow, filled with pleasantries rather than meaningful exchanges. The bond that once felt unshakable may now seem fragile, leaving a father yearning for the days when communication flowed effortlessly and understanding required no words. For fathers who experience physical separation, whether due to work, divorce, or other life circumstances, the pain is even more pronounced. The absence of shared moments, missed milestones, and a sense of being out of touch with their child's day-to-day life can feel like a profound loss. Every missed opportunity to be there, to support, and to simply witness their child's growth becomes a silent reminder of the distance between them. Yet, even in the midst of this pain, there is a glimmer of hope. The bond between a father and child, though strained, is rarely irreparable. The love that underpins this relationship is resilient, and even small gestures can begin to mend the gap. Reconnection may require patience, vulnerability, and effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. The pain of disconnection is a testament to the depth of a father's love. It serves as a reminder that the relationship is worth fighting for, that moments of distance do not define the entirety of the bond, and that with intention and care, the bridge between hearts can always be rebuilt. Acknowledging pain is one of the most courageous steps a father can take, yet it is often the hardest. Pain, whether emotional, mental, or physical, is something many fathers are taught to suppress. They believe it is their responsibility to remain strong for their families, to bear the weight of challenges without complaint. However, ignoring pain doesn't make it disappear. It festers in silence, affecting not only the father but also the people he loves most. Recognizing pain requires breaking through long-standing societal norms that equate vulnerability with weakness. From an early age, many men are conditioned to believe that showing emotion is unmanly, that expressing sadness or fear is a sign of failure. These beliefs are deeply ingrained, making it difficult to admit when something feels wrong. Yet acknowledging pain is not a sign of defeat, it's an act of strength. It's an honest admission that, like everyone else, fathers are human, and they too can feel overwhelmed, hurt, or lost. The first step in acknowledging pain is to stop running from it. Pain often manifests in different ways: anger, withdrawal, frustration, or even physical symptoms. A father might feel irritable and snap at his loved ones, not realizing that his emotions stem from deeper, unresolved issues. He might bury himself in work or distractions, hoping to avoid confronting the feelings that weigh on him. But avoidance only delays the inevitable. Pain demands to be felt, and until it is addressed, it remains a constant undercurrent, influencing thoughts and actions. Admitting to oneself that pain exists can be a liberating moment. It opens the door to self-awareness and growth. It's okay to say, "I'm struggling" or "I need help." In fact, such admissions are pivotal in transforming pain into a source of resilience. Acknowledging pain doesn't mean wallowing in it. It means facing it head-on, understanding its roots, and taking steps to heal. Sharing this pain with others can be equally transformative. A father might feel hesitant to open up, fearing judgment or misunderstanding. But more often than not, expressing vulnerability deepens connections rather than weakens them. Whether it's confiding in a spouse, a friend, or a professional counselor, speaking about pain can bring relief and clarity. It also sets a powerful example for children, showing them that it's okay to be honest about emotions and to seek support when needed. Acknowledging pain also creates space for solutions. Once a father recognizes what he is feeling, he can begin to take action, whether it's addressing the underlying cause, seeking professional help, or simply giving himself permission to rest and recharge. Pain, while challenging, can become a teacher, offering insights about what truly matters and guiding a father toward a stronger, more balanced life. Ultimately, acknowledging pain is not about admitting defeat but embracing humanity. It's about understanding that being a father doesn't mean being invincible. It means showing up, even when it's hard, and striving to grow through life's challenges. In facing pain, fathers not only heal themselves but also become better equipped to support their families with authenticity and love. Strength and vulnerability is a concept that often feels counterintuitive, especially for fathers who have been conditioned to believe that being strong means never showing weakness. Society frequently paints a picture of fathers as stoic providers, unshaken by life's trials, always ready to shoulder the burdens of their families without complaint. However, true strength isn't about hiding emotions or denying pain. It's about having the courage to face them and to share them with others. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it is an act of bravery that fosters connection, builds trust, and promotes growth. When a father allows himself to be vulnerable, he creates an environment of authenticity. Children learn from what they see, and when they witness their father acknowledging his feelings, they learn that it's okay to do the same. Vulnerability teaches them that emotions are not something to be feared or suppressed, but to be understood and embraced. It sets the stage for open communication, where feelings can be discussed freely without shame or judgment. This openness strengthens relationships within the family, creating bonds that are rooted in trust and mutual understanding. A vulnerable father is also more likely to seek help when he needs it, whether from his partner, friends, or professionals. This willingness to ask for support demonstrates another form of strength, recognizing that no one can do it all alone. By reaching out, he not only takes steps toward healing himself, but also models resilience and resourcefulness for his children. It shows them that strength lies in knowing when to lean on others, not in pretending to have all the answers. Vulnerability can be especially powerful in moments of struggle. A father who admits he's facing challenges doesn't diminish his authority or respect. Instead, he humanizes himself. Whether it's dealing with a financial setback, navigating a difficult relationship, or simply feeling overwhelmed by life's demands, sharing these experiences can foster deeper empathy and connection. His family will see his effort and perseverance, not just the outcome, and they will value the honesty that comes with it. Being vulnerable also means being honest with oneself. It's about acknowledging fears, insecurities, and doubts rather than pushing them aside. This self-awareness is a foundation for personal growth. When a father confronts his vulnerabilities, he opens the door to self-improvement, learning to manage emotions, communicate effectively, and build stronger relationships. It allows him to become not just a provider, but a compassionate and engaged presence in the lives of his loved ones. The beauty of vulnerability is that it invites others to do the same. It breaks down walls of isolation and builds bridges of understanding. A father who is willing to share his true self, his triumphs, his struggles, his hopes, and his fears creates a legacy of emotional strength and connection. In embracing vulnerability, he redefines what it means to be strong, showing that real courage lies in being authentic, open, and unafraid to grow. Life often has a way of breaking us in ways we least expect. And for fathers, the cracks that appear can feel like signs of failure. These cracks may come from struggles to meet expectations, moments of regret, or unforeseen challenges that shake the foundations of their role as a parent and provider. Yet these cracks are not the end of the story, they are opportunities for something new to emerge. As the saying goes, it is through the cracks that the light gets in. These imperfections become entry points for growth, healing, and transformation. A father might view these cracks as evidence of his shortcomings, moments where he feels he hasn't measured up. Perhaps he's faced with the guilt of missed milestones because of work commitments or the pain of not knowing how to connect emotionally with his children. These cracks can create a sense of vulnerability, a feeling of being exposed or inadequate. But rather than being something to hide, they are actually reminders of his humanity. They reveal that no one is perfect, and perfection isn't the measure of a father's worth. His willingness to keep trying. The beauty of cracks is that they allow reflection. A father can look at the moments when he faltered and see them not just as failures, but as lessons. Each crack tells a story, a chance to learn more about himself and his relationships. Maybe it's a moment of realizing the need to listen more or to express love more openly. Perhaps it's an acknowledgement that mistakes made in the past don't define the future, but they do provide valuable insight for moving forward. These realizations are the light that begins to seep in, illuminating a path to becoming a better father, partner, and person. Cracks also allow for connection. When a father shares his struggles, his imperfections, and his lessons with his children, it builds a bridge of understanding. Children don't need a flawless father, they need one who is real. When a father is open about his own journey, it teaches his children resilience. They learn that it's okay to make mistakes, to feel broken, and to rise again. These moments of honesty show that strength isn't about never falling, it's about always getting back up. Moreover, cracks can lead to deeper relationships. The light that enters through these openings isn't just self-awareness, but also the support and love of others. It's in these vulnerable moments that families grow closer as they see one another's true selves. A father's willingness to embrace his cracks invites his family to do the same, creating a culture of acceptance and growth within the home. Ultimately, the cracks are not flaws to be hidden, but marks of a life lived fully with effort and intention. They symbolize the challenges faced and overcome, the lessons learned, and the love that has endured. They remind fathers that even in moments of brokenness, there is beauty, and through those openings, the brightest light can shine. In a world filled with distractions, the power of presence stands as one of the most profound gifts a father can offer. It's not about grand gestures or extravagant efforts, but about simply being there, fully engaged, attentive, and available. Presence is about more than physical proximity, it's about emotional connection. A father who is present doesn't just occupy space, he brings his full attention, his open heart, and his unwavering support into every interaction with his family. Children crave their father's attention, not because they demand perfection, but because they value connection. They may not always articulate it, but they feel the difference when a father is truly with them versus when he is preoccupied or distracted. Whether it's listening to a story about their day, playing a simple game, or just sitting together in comfortable silence, these moments of presence build a foundation of trust and love. They send a message that the child matters, that they are seen and valued. The power of presence extends beyond moments of joy and play. It's equally vital during times of difficulty. When a child faces challenges, having a father who is present provides reassurance and stability. It's not about solving every problem or having all the answers. Sometimes just sitting with a child in their pain, acknowledging their emotions, and letting them know they're not alone is enough. Presence in these moments becomes a source of strength, a reminder that they have someone who will stand by them no matter what. For fathers, being present requires intentionality. In a busy world, it's easy to be consumed by work, responsibilities, and the endless demands of life. But true presence means setting aside distractions and prioritizing the people who matter most. It's about recognizing that the quality of time spent together often matters more than the quantity. Even a few minutes of undivided attention can leave a lasting impact, creating memories that children carry with them throughout their lives. Being present also benefits fathers themselves. It deepens their connection with their family, creating bonds that provide meaning and fulfillment. It allows them to witness the small, beautiful moments of daily life that might otherwise go unnoticed, the spontaneous laughter, the curious questions, the quiet expressions of love. Presence is not just a gift to children, it's a gift to the father as well, reminding him of the joy and purpose found in his role. The power of presence is transformative. It doesn't require special skills or resources, only a willingness to be fully there. In a world where so much demands attention, choosing to focus on the people who matter most is an act of love and strength. It's through presence that fathers leave a lasting legacy, shaping their children's lives not just through words and actions, but through the simple and profound act of showing up. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a father can model for his children. It's not simply about enduring hardship, it's about showing how to rise, learn, and grow in the face of adversity. A father who embodies resilience teaches his children that challenges are not obstacles to avoid but opportunities for growth. His ability to face difficulties with strength, patience, and perseverance becomes a living lesson in how to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. Resilience as a father doesn't mean being impervious to pain or struggle. In fact, true resilience is born from vulnerability. It's about acknowledging when things are hard, admitting fears or doubts, and yet continuing to push forward with hope and determination. A resilient father doesn't hide his struggles from his children, but instead shows them how to handle them with grace and courage. He doesn't shield his family from every setback, but demonstrates how setbacks can be stepping stones to something better. When children see their father overcome challenges, they learn the importance of not giving up when faced with difficulties. Whether it's financial hardship, health issues, or personal setbacks, a resilient father shows that failure isn't the end, but a part of the journey. He teaches his children that every fall is an opportunity to rise, to adjust, and to keep moving forward. Through his actions, they learn that resilience is not about being perfect, but about persevering despite imperfections. A resilient father also shows his children the value of adaptability. Life rarely goes as planned, and resilience involves being flexible and willing to adjust expectations. It's about not being defined by one failure or setback, but seeing the bigger picture and continuing to work toward goals, even when the path is unclear. By demonstrating this flexibility, a father encourages his children to be open-minded and adaptable, qualities that are essential for navigating the complexities of life. Moreover, resilience involves emotional strength. A father who models emotional resilience teaches his children that emotions are not something to be feared or suppressed, but something to be understood and managed. Whether it's dealing with disappointment, frustration, or sadness, a resilient father shows how to process these emotions without letting them dictate actions. This emotional intelligence becomes a tool his children can use throughout their lives, helping them maintain balance and perspective even in tough situations. Being a resilient role model also means showing the importance of self-care. Resilience is not about being invincible, but knowing when to rest, recharge, and seek support. A father who takes care of his own mental, physical, and emotional health models the importance of balance and self-awareness. He teaches his children that resilience doesn't mean pushing through without pause, but knowing when to step back and take care of oneself. In the end, resilience as a role model is about more than just bouncing back from hardship. It's about showing how to navigate life with hope, perseverance, and adaptability. A father who models resilience teaches his children to embrace challenges as part of life's journey, to handle setbacks with grace, and to always find the strength to move forward, no matter how difficult the road may seem. Love, when viewed as a driving force, becomes the most powerful motivator in a father's life. It transcends simple affection or emotion. It is the energy that propels him through every obstacle, every challenge, and every moment of doubt. Love fuels his ambition, shapes his decisions, and shapes his sense of purpose. It is the core from which his commitment to his family radiates, motivating him to work tirelessly, sacrifice willingly, and persevere against all odds. For a father, love is the reason behind every effort to provide. It's what drives him to ensure that his children have the best opportunities, that they are supported emotionally, physically, and financially. When faced with adversity, love is the fuel that keeps him going, reminding him that every hardship he faces is not just for his own benefit, but for the well-being and future of his family. It's in the long hours at work, the difficult decisions, and the moments of exhaustion that love becomes his anchor, reminding him why it's all worth it. But love isn't just about sacrifice. It's also the force behind a father's desire to be present, to connect, and to nurture his children. It's what pushes him to put down his phone, to listen intently, to spend time even when the world feels overwhelming. In these moments, love becomes the quiet strength that allows him to pause and invest in relationships. It's love that makes him want to be more than a provider. It makes him want to be a mentor, a guide, and a friend to his children. The driving force of love also shapes how a father handles setbacks and challenges. When things don't go as planned, love is the force that motivates him to keep trying, to find solutions, and to adapt. It's what pushes him to look for a better job when the one he has no longer meets his needs, or to learn new skills when the situation demands it. Love doesn't allow him to give up. It keeps him reaching, striving, and working towards something better for those he cares about. Furthermore, love as a driving force allows a father to model resilience and perseverance. When children witness their father's determination in the face of challenges, they learn that love isn't just an emotion, it's a powerful action. They see firsthand how love fuels not just dreams, but also the daily effort to overcome difficulties. This example becomes a blueprint for how they approach their own lives, showing them that love can drive them to push through hardships and become better versions of themselves. At its core, love as a driving force is about prioritizing others above oneself. It's a force that elevates, empowers, and inspires. For a father, this means that every action, every decision, and every sacrifice is made with the hope of creating a better future for his family. Love, in this sense, becomes not just a feeling, but the engine that drives him forward, even in the most challenging moments. It is the reason he rises every day with purpose, to create a life full of opportunity, joy, and love for the people who mean the most to him. Rewriting the narrative is a powerful act, especially for a father who wishes to reshape his story and influence the story of his family. It involves challenging the limitations of past experiences, shifting perspective, and creating a new path forward. For many fathers, the narrative they inherit from their upbringing or from societal expectations can be limiting, often focused on being a provider and not necessarily on being an emotionally present, involved parent. However, rewriting the narrative means going beyond these conventional roles and creating a new, more inclusive story, one that aligns with the values of love, connection, and growth. For a father, this might involve stepping away from old patterns of behavior that no longer serve him or his family. Perhaps he was raised in an environment where emotions were suppressed, where expressing vulnerability was seen as weakness. Rewriting the narrative means breaking free from these old beliefs and modeling emotional intelligence, vulnerability, and communication. It's about understanding that being a strong father doesn't mean being stoic or perfect, but it means being real, open, and available to his children. This shift is not easy, but it is necessary for building a deeper, more meaningful relationship with his children and ensuring they grow up with the emotional tools to face their own challenges. Rewriting the narrative also involves redefining what success looks like. Traditional ideas of success might center around financial achievements, career milestones, or external accomplishments. While these are important, they are not the whole story. A father who rewrites his narrative looks beyond just the material or external markers of success and begins to measure his life by the depth of his relationships, the quality of time spent with his family, and the values he instills in his children. Success becomes about the impact he has on his children's hearts, minds, and futures, not just the accolades he might achieve in the workplace. Furthermore, rewriting the narrative means confronting past mistakes and learning from them. Every father has his regrets, whether it's missed opportunities, moments of failure, or the times he didn't show up when he should have. But rewriting the narrative isn't about erasing these mistakes, it's about learning from them and using them as stepping stones to become a better version of oneself. It's about showing his children that failure isn't a permanent state, but an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. This process of rewriting also extends to how a father sees his role in the family dynamic. Instead of fitting into a prescribed idea of fatherhood, he begins to define what kind of father he wants to be. He might decide to be more involved in his children's education, to be a more active listener, or to create more meaningful moments together. This new narrative isn't about trying to be perfect, it's about striving to be the best version of himself for his family. In the end, rewriting the narrative is an ongoing process of self-discovery, growth, and change. It's about taking ownership of one's story and choosing to live it with intention. For a father, it's about shaping the kind of legacy he wants to leave behind, one that reflects love, learning, and a willingness to grow alongside his children. It's about creating a new story, one that reflects the truth of who he is and the values he wants to pass on. Community and support are essential pillars for a father who wants to navigate the challenges of parenthood with strength and resilience. No one can raise a child in isolation, and a father's journey is rarely without difficulties. Whether it's balancing work and family life, managing personal struggles, or simply learning how to be the best version of himself, having a strong network of support is invaluable. The community around a father, his family, friends, colleagues, or even professional support systems plays a crucial role in his growth, helping him become a better parent and individual. A supportive community provides a father with both emotional and practical help. It is easy for fathers to fall into the trap of believing they must handle everything on their own, especially in a culture that often places high expectations on men to be self-sufficient and strong at all times. However, the reality is that no father is an island. Being part of a community allows a father to share his burdens, to have someone to lean on when times get tough, and to gain valuable advice from others who have walked similar paths. This emotional support is vital for maintaining mental health and preventing feelings of isolation. Moreover, a community provides a sounding board. Fathers can turn to others for guidance and reassurance when they are unsure about the best course of action for their children. Whether it's navigating a tough decision regarding schooling or dealing with a challenging behavior, a father can gain insight from the experiences of others. Having mentors or role models who are willing to share their wisdom helps a father feel less alone in his journey. It also offers the opportunity to learn from the successes and mistakes of others, which can be invaluable for personal growth. Beyond emotional and advisory support, a community also offers practical help. In times of crisis, such as illness or financial hardship, a father may need assistance with daily tasks, whether it's running errands, providing meals, or simply helping with childcare. A strong community can step in and offer this support, easing the load and allowing the father to focus on what's most important. When a father knows he can count on others, it reduces stress and allows him to be more present and attentive to his family. Support doesn't always have to come in the form of direct assistance. It can also come from shared experiences. Being part of a group, whether it's a parenting group, a faith-based community, or a network of friends, offers the opportunity to connect with others who understand the unique challenges of fatherhood. This sense of belonging reinforces that a father is not alone in his struggles and triumphs. It reminds him that his experience is shared by others, and this can be a powerful motivator to keep going even in difficult times. Ultimately, the power of community and support lies in the strength it provides. Fathers are not meant to carry the weight of parenthood alone, and leaning on others helps to build a stronger, more balanced life. In a world where the demands of life can often feel overwhelming, knowing that there is a network of people who care and are willing to help makes all the difference. It's through community that a father can truly thrive, growing, learning, and ultimately becoming the father his children need him to be.